There we go. I updated OBS shortly before the stream, and I always forget that it has a chance to knock out some of your settings. Not all of them, just some of them. So I had to fix that. Alright, what up, Hunter? Sans, what's up? Nintendo Direct was awesome. I tuned into Ray Narvaez Jr.'s stream to watch some of it. I was late to it, so I missed like the first half, I believe. But it was a good Direct. The last half that I did see was good. I mean, the only things about Nintendo I care about is Pokemon. I'm gonna be fully honest with you. But Nintendo fans, you got a lot of good games coming. Have I talked about the fact that I've watched almost all the Game Presents these last few weeks? I'll always watch them with Ray's stream because goodness knows I'm not going to watch it by myself. And I don't have enough followers to justify streaming it. It's just, I just don't care. But yeah, there's certain games super excited for. Other games, I mean, those audiences are going to be fun. Limby, what's up? You don't like how the DLC looks? I have not seen that trailer. Maybe we'll watch it at the end of the stream or something. But for now, we must start this up. Because holy crap, apparently there's a cutscene that was released with this week's story that is mind-boggling in its lore. Now, the problem with this is I was not able to stream yesterday. I had work all day and then I went to a baseball game right after work. Did not get home till like 11 p.m. last night. So yeah, that didn't happen. But Saint has something for us. So let's listen to him.
Ah, I see you. You see me too? Ah, good, good. Then it is all working. You, me, this projector. Even if we sometimes falter.
Saint, what are you on about?
There is a war building in Sloane's eyes. One that Xivu Arath will exploit, as she did with Osiris. Savathun wore his face, but it was Xivu Arath who took his light. Her whips drove him into a frenzy, lured him into danger, forced Sagira's sacrifice, and left him to die. Now she twists my thoughts into thorns, draws out the faces of the suffering Elixni into my dreams. She whispers that I took pleasure in their pain. I see their eyes as they died by my hands.
Oof.
And they
That must be really
see
hard.
me.
Becoming friends with
does
the enemies
not
that like
lie.
you're famed for
She
slaughtering.
challenges what you hold as a strength. Osiris' ambition, my protection. Sloane's duty. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can incite one to violence. But I have changed. What she has taken, it will not break me. Sloane is no warrior of glass, but the war within her. Even stone crumbles under enough strife.
Stone
Stay
crumbles
with her,
so
Guardian,
easily.
as I should have with Osiris. We must offer her what support we are able, even if she does not want it.
So the end of the season's either going to end with Sloane's demise, which I've said many weeks before, or some epic comeback story. Saint is pleased with the mission's progress, but remains concerned over Sloane's well-being. He recounts how Xivu Arath goaded Osiris into a battle he couldn't win, and how Sagira was slain as a result. Even Saint himself is not immune to the war god's barbs. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can incite one to violence, he says with a heavy heart. He urges you to stay beside Sloane and offer her the support she needs. Oh. Interesting. Okay. The screen illuminates, revealing an encoded message that unscrambles itself as the projector recognizes your credentials. It reads, "Son, start recording." Oh, it is. Okay. Hey, hero. Hey, hero. You dredged up some mighty fine scrap for me. Pyramid tech that all those rot bags could get their hands on, and I hammered that black gold into shape. Now my rig's running smoother than liquid methane. Sloane and the Long Girl, their special link is pretty strong, thanks to you and me, but it's missing something to bridge the gap between the big ol' worm and our little old 80. Thunder guns, respectfully. Seeing as you're always in the mood to do favors, how about one more? I need something under the table. We need a little something out of both worlds, you dig? One of those traitor ghosts, the bad ones, the hive ones. Scrap them and bring me the fragments. Savvy's Throne world is chock full of them, but I've got one in mind. Details will hit you soon. Oh, hey, look at that. We can get the ship. Open deep dive chest, sure. Fallen, hand cannon, sidearms. Why not? Don't think we'll complete those, but it's okay. So what do you want us to do? Defeat Hathrick the Glassweird in the Extraction Lost Sector. Alright. Which one is that? Oh, it's just this first one. Gosh, I still need to put together a sheet to read all of the different lore cards so we can catch up. And considering how big the story reveal is this week, I have to start working on that project. I need to change my weapons too. I had this load out so I could complete the seasonal challenge. That was my day. My day was peachy. Had to do a lot of shopping, which I never like. A, I just don't like shopping, and B, I'm poor. So, spending the money isn't fun either. Oh, hey, I have deep sight. But yeah. Other than that, we've been fine. I'm here doing this. Oh, we have to complete bounties. Pulse or hand cannons? Wow. Prepare for war and battle rhythm. Interesting. Complete activities, which is fine. We're going to have to do Iron Banner. And yeah, I'm not worried about that. So auto, hand cannon, scout rifles, linears. So hand cannons is what's going to give me the most. Do I even have a hand cannon on this character? I do not. I am so excited for the hand cannon buff that's coming soon. I say soon. Sometime next season. That hand cannon buff's going to be nutty. Absolutely redonkulous. Where's my crafted? Do I not have that hand cannon crafted? Interesting. I thought I did. Okay, I'll just use you. What was it? Was there any special weapons? No, it's just hand cannon pulse. Oh, it's glaive, but that's not gonna work. Sure. Okay. Yeah, clothes shopping's the worst. For me, it's just if I shop for too long, my brain just kind of goes to mush. Gotta. I mean, this hand cannon kind of hits like a truck. I am also over leveled. Such a slow reload, though. My time limit with shopping is... It's like 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it starts declining, and after about an hour, it really starts going down. It's kind of like a rapid fire frame. Holy crap. Especially when your mom sees a friend. My mom was very non-sociable, so whenever I went shopping with her as a kid, she would just go in, get out as fast as possible. You're going to test the Lunarius? It looks like it should be fairly simple this time around. Nothing really restrictive, no weird modifiers. I think they just wanted you to have fun with the new Wizard Paragon. So, have fun with it. I kind of stopped playing boss events. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm assuming it's keep away that's giving me my bonus reload speed. No? I think it's just if my magazine isn't empty, I have faster reload. What do you mean, oh no? Oh, is it least cash? Oh, that's funny. I didn't notice that modifier. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so Kiboy was increasing my reload. Ugh. We'll keep Kiboy. I know how to be. Look at you, pro. Ow. Space magic better. Return to them in the helm. Wow, they're not going to make us go to deep dive? Interesting. We're going straight to them. Glue storm AP darts on sub. Goes easy, maybe. I've never really seen that strat used, but if it works for you, it works for you. Oh my goodness, I am so tired. I have been playing an absolute butt ton of Cyberpunk 2077. It was a game I bought shortly after it was released years ago, but because it was just so buggy and whatnot, I just couldn't finish the game. And then didn't touch it again until last week. And man, it is so fun. Oh, it's such a great game. I might play the DLC on stream when it comes out later this year. Oh my goodness, so fun. But I haven't collected any egregore. Well, okay, Bungie, that's fine. Let's see this cutscene. Oh, we're gonna... Chat, we're cranking everything up for this.
Our minds are one, linked by the darkness, but only for a moment. I must borrow Sloane's voice to speak my words.
Here we go.
Please.
This is straight Season of the Seraph stuff right here.
Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener, their deity of life. It ushered them into a golden age. For eons they prospered. But their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it, into a final shape. Eternal and perfected. They brought the veil back to the gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The gardener would not allow it, and so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves
Holy
into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit. Its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
I'm sorry. What? I just so holy crap. I don't even know where to start with this. So first off, the Witness is the culmination of the entire first species that well, I wouldn't say first. I don't know if they were the first, but one of the first, right? Civilizations that the Traveler blessed with its light. And as they were blessed, they came to understand and know the power of the light very well. But they craved more. All the Traveler did was create. But it kind of just gave willingly. So they wanted a way to harness it, to cultivate it. Like they said, like a winnower for a garden. Which is very important in a garden. I don't know how many times I've had to prune plants and branches off of my trees and plants and bushes to keep them healthy and strong. So they went out and found the veil. The veil is the darkness's version of the Traveler. The veil is darkness. Oh my gosh. And putting them together would cause them to reshape reality themselves, create the final shape of beauty and perfection. And they were just about to do it, and the Traveler's like, nope. He grabbed the veil, and dipped. So the civilization, already having studied the veil and the darkness for so long, they came to understand, like, hey, we are going to do this ritual, this thing. They sacrifice all themselves together to create the perfect being, the Witness. And using the technology that they were able to create under the Traveler's influence during their golden ages, which, you know, resemble pyramid fleets and whatnot, they now use the darkness as a way to cultivate the light. And have been chasing the Traveler ever since. Oh! Oh my gosh, there's so much more to that. I need to watch. Bife! Bife, where are you? Holy crap. Sloan, are you okay? Oh my gosh.
Well, now we've heard what Asa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it.
Yeah, come on, Sloan.
This
Don't become the
mission.
witness.
It's my purpose, my reason for being, my guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve?
Right here, right now.
The only answer I've found is to learn what Asa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Asa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll.
So we're gonna learn.
But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
That'll be cool to learn. Not enough space. What? 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 Oh my gosh, is my Ingrams full? They're full, that's why. Ha! Hold on, let me...
Well, now we've heard what Asa had to tell us.
Oh boy.
We know our enemy better than
Is she
ever.
gonna replay all this
I
again?
think that it all started with the
Yep,
need for
oh, great.
purpose.
She's just gonna talk.
How that need became
Enjoy the dialogue
an
again.
obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission, it's my purpose, my reason for being, my guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who
So,
I am or
what's really cool
what I'm
is I've been
supposed
watching
to
a lot of
do.
anime, right? And Sloane's whole situation
And
here
that
reminds
lack
me a
of
lot
direction,
of
it's-
the anime Violet Evergarden.
Harder to face than 1,000 battles.
Don't know if any of you have
I felt
watched
the
it.
same about my previous mission when
It's
I
a
held
very,
the line on Titan.
What do you call it?
And if I'm being honest,
It's not a romance anime.
it
Is
feels
it?
like
I don't want to
failed.
call it slice of life. I don't know what
I
genre it
survived,
falls
but
under.
For what reason? What was it
It's
all
kind of the
meant
same
to
thing.
achieve?
The main protagonist, she grows up
The
in a
only answer
kind of a
I've
war-torn
found
world,
is to learn what
and
Asa
as
knows.
very young child, she's
If I can do that,
recruited into the army and
It will all have been worth it.
becomes the special forces essentially.
Our
Her
link
whole
ended
world
before
becomes
Asa could
about the
explain
war
how
and
to get through the
being
portal.
just this weapon
The bond
essentially.
took its toll.
After the war
But we'll
ends,
both
though,
be ready again soon.
she's got to figure out what to
When
do with
that
her life,
time
even
has
though
come
her
and
entire
gone,
life up to this point has been war
Then I
in the
can
army
feel
and
like
military.
I accomplished the mission.
I don't know, it just reminds me of that, and I think it's pretty cool. Beautiful anime. Oh, I cried so much. Animation's beautiful, the storytelling's amazing. Just so much of it. Alright. Sloane seems to carry the full weight of Asa's revelations on her shoulders, likening the witness's obsession with finding purpose to her own internal struggles. She reflects on her own search for purpose and how it's led her to cling to the mission at hand. Without it, she painfully admits to you, I'm lost. Sloane questions why she has endured all that she has, and the only answer she can come up with is to see her current mission through. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Her connection with Asa ended before she could tell us how to get through the portal. Once they have both recovered, it will be time for one last dive. Oh, who's the messages gonna be?
You never did tell me why you trust the Nine so much.
Oh, I don't. Not even a little. I trust Orin.
Orin,
Long story. The short of it is, I may have had a feeling or two for somebody a long time ago. Somebody that lost themselves along the way. But there's a little piece of her still out there. A sliver. Who still has a feeling or two for the somebody I could be. So I trust her. Because she ain't never steered me wrong. No matter how rotten I was. Because at the end of the day, maybe we gotta put our faith in something other than ourselves. Even if we're too stubborn to admit it.
I didn't expect you to put a lot of stock in faith.
And I didn't expect you to lose yours and keep moving. Guess we're all full of surprises, ain't we?
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being genuine.
Oh, I'm always genuine. People just ain't always paying attention. For real, though, Moondust might have given me a push. Thought it'd help.
Sounds like familiar advice. Is it though? Helping?
No joke? I think so.
Then we have that in common too.
Aw. I'm liking Drifter now. At first, I was just, his fate at the end of the Dark Future lore book and whatnot. I was like, yeah, that's the Drifter we know. But now I'm liking the guy. He's changing. He's growing up. He's becoming better than he was. Nope. Wait, yes. Give me the lore book. Chapter 5. Expectation. I don't know what I expected. Zavala sits down, a datapad on his desk, watching Ikora pace back and forth across his office. I don't know, he sighs. Maybe we should have. Ikora stops pacing. She turns to look at Zavala with an accusatory stare. Every single enemy we fought was brought here by the Traveler, Zavala says, slouching back into his chair. The Hive, the Fallen, the worst of the Cabal. His attention drifts down to the datapad. Sloane's report on the origins of the Witness. What's one more group of people chasing it? This isn't the Traveler's fault, Ikora says, doubling back on Zavala's desk. You read the same report I did. We are at war with an entire civilization condensed into an individual. Multitudes of resentment and hatred crushed into a singularity. Resentment toward the Traveler, Zavala grumbles. I'm not saying the Traveler is at fault. I'm saying it's a harbinger of ill omen. Everywhere it's gone, nothing but death has followed. Does it realize that? Does it care? Ikora approaches Zavala's desk. Does it matter? She challenges him. It is obviously outgunned and running. For all the Traveler's strength, the Witness is the greater power. It never came to us to uplift us. It came to us for help. Zavala is silent. He looks up from the datapad to Ikora, then sighs and slowly rises from his seat. Ikora follows him with her eyes, watching him move to the window where he would gaze out at the Traveler in the past. Now a fleet of allied vessels struggle to fill that void. Were they really that unified? Zavala asks, looking at Ikora's faint reflection. Who? The Witness's people. Zavala stares past Ikora's reflection to the city. Were they truly of one mind, united in a desire to become this thing? Or were they forced, compelled into action by the guidance of a few? She can feel the doubt in his words, not in his wonderings about the Witness's origins, but in the Vanguard, and what he sees as a parallel. Kor steps to Zavala's side, briefly touching his elbow. We would never become that, she says softly. Not in all of Elsie's journeys through time. Not in any hypothetical future. We stand together because we believe what we are doing is right. Zavala interjects, looking at Cora in the eye. She sighs, turning to face the window. Her shoulders sag, and she is lost in the details of the cityscape. I don't know what I expected either, Zavala says. But you are right. It wasn't this. Gosh, it's so... Ah! The story is getting so juicy. So knowing this, right, let's run to Neptune and see if, there's any connection between this week's veiled conversation and everything that's happening. Because my goodness, something's happening.
Chioma Essie, research log. Siva.
Siva? I don't want to
Siva
listen to
is
this.
a nanotech fabrication system, intended to be used by Exodus ships to rapidly build necessary resources from base matter. Maya calls it Willa Bray's obsession, without a hint of self-awareness. But we both see the potential it poses for the future. Each nanomachine in Siva's design is an independent, thinking machine, utilizing a distributed quantum network to coordinate movement. Like a mechanical version of Radiolaria. Probably where the design was inspired from, if I'm being honest. But the design can be pushed. We're looking at ways of incorporating components from disabled Vex and erased exomines. If we can insulate the
Interesting.
nanomachines from the radiation that killed the Exos, maybe their deaths won't be for nothing.
Wait. Does this really mean I'm part Vex?
Well, it's too early to jump to these conclusions, Nimbus. But there does seem to be some connection between the Vex and the Cloud Striders. It may explain why you and the others are able to enter the Vex network without the aid of splicers.
Can I time travel?
No, let's hope not.
I feel like we're doing two very different timelines here. Firstly, I figured that was already the case. Because Exos are part Vex. So what's to stand to believe Cloud Striders aren't? Especially since there were already Exos on, the ship, and they're already here on Yamuna. Kind of. I mean, obviously they were killed and whatnot due to the veil, but... because the veil is darkness. But dang, that was, there's a lot of YouTube videos out about that cutscene. And I saw that, I was like, shoot. I gotta be careful what I'm seeing on YouTube for the next day. Yeah, for the next 24 hours. Because it's juicy. So I already knew that we were going to get the Witness's origins, but I feel like that wasn't much of a spoiler because we knew that's what Asa was trying to tell us from the start. The only real spoiler was that this is the week that she told us. So for me, I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. So luckily, I wasn't spoiled much. So all that was genuine, real knowledge and information. I had a feeling... well, no, it's already... the snippets from Asa earlier in past weeks, right? We got the hint that the Witness's civilization was visited by the Traveler and whatnot, and they've been chasing it, kind of like the Fallen are doing, right? But what we did not know is their combination to create the Witness. the pyramid fleet being their spaceships and their civilization. The great power of the darkness they got because they had the veil and researched it. Because they came to fully understand the light better than any of us do. This is a civilization that probably had the Traveler and the Veil for many thousands of years. And it was only when they sought to combine the two to control the Traveler that the Traveler fled. And since then, it would stay, or it would want to stay at each civilization for as long as it could, until the Witness found the Traveler to continue to do this. Which is one reason why the Traveler hasn't stayed in each civilization for large amounts of time. Man. Some really good stuff. In my spare time, I'm going to have to put together the lore card stuff. What I want to do is lay down all the weapons, armor, cosmetics, everything, right? That's in Destiny 2. Because we should have access to most of them within our collections page. Because we can preview everything, right? Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much. 747 plus all... Oh my... Good gosh. Luckily, not every piece of items in each of these, you know, have a lore card associated to them, but a fair percentage do. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm going to go through per... Let's see, do we have the timeline? Yeah. So we'll go through the timeline, because everything has kind of these symbols, right? So I'll make a spreadsheet, and I will try to organize it in a way so it's like stuff that came out at the beginning of like the Red War versus the end of the Red War. And then like the beginning of Curse of Osiris and then the end of Curse of Osiris, etc. Usually meaning like raids and dungeons and like end game gear we can read last and everything else can be first. We'll see if I can do that. It's just going to require a lot of researching and organizing on my part, but I want to go through all of this. Gosh. Look at this. We've come a long way. This is just the Destiny 2 timeline. We don't even have D1, which isn't too long. I would say D1 is probably about this size. Nah, it'd probably look like this between Forsaken and Shadowkeep. Anyways, I will get that together, and then we will spend... It'll have to be multiple days. There's no way I'd do that in one sitting. Because I'm sure it's going to take longer than like 5 hours. But to do all the lore card reading, we'll sit down over the summer and just crank it out for a few streams. It'll be boring, whatever. It's something I want to do, so I'm going to do it. I could do it in my own time, but why not make a stream out of it? Maybe I could even edit it down to be a better video, which we both know will never happen because I suck at editing. That's it for this week's story. Huge lore drops. Super excited to learn more. I will be watching Aztecross and Bife on these things. Aztecross doesn't really have anything, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It's more of Bife's video. But it's always fun to listen to Cross's hypothesis about the story. Because sometimes he nails it, and other times it's just so wild, and I'm just like, he must be on mushrooms or something. But anyways, thank you everyone who joined in. Thanks for watching. Not sure when the next stream will be. Just keep an eye out. I'll see you next time.